The Diplomat brought a human bodyguard. The war ended in 3 minutes. Ambassador Zexto of the Calarian Republic adjusted his ceremonial robes one final time before stepping into the neutral station's conference hall. The war between his people and the Vorlek Empire had raged for 17 cycles, claiming billions of lives across dozens of star systems. Today's peace talks represented the last hope before total galactic devastation. Ambassador, his aide whispered nervously, the Vorlek delegation has arrived with their full military escort. General Thrakmer himself leads their security detail. Zexto's 4 eyes flickered with concern. The Vorlek were known for their brutal efficiency and warrior culture. Bringing their most feared general to peace talks was either a sign of desperation or preparation for treachery. Sir, another voice interrupted. Your human bodyguard has arrived. The ambassador turned to see Marcus Chin step into the airlock, a single human in standard diplomatic security attire. No armor, no visible weapons, just a calm expression and alert eyes that seemed to catalog every detail of their surroundings. Just one? Zexto asked, surprised. The Vorlek had brought 20 of their finest warriors. Marcus smiled slightly. Quality over quantity, Ambassador. Besides, you hired me to keep you safe, not to start a war. The Calarian aide looked skeptical. Humans were relatively new to the galactic stage, having achieved interstellar travel only 2 centuries ago. While they had proven themselves competent diplomats and traders, their military capabilities remained largely untested on a cosmic scale. The conference hall was a masterpiece of neutral architecture, with crystalline walls that filter harsh light of the binary stars outside. 3 factions had gathered: the insectoid Calarians with their shimmering carapaces, the reptilian Vorlek with their scarred hide and predatory grace, and the various neutral species serving as mediators. General Thrakmer entered with theatrical menace, his scales bearing the ritual scars of 100 battles. His security detail flanked him in perfect formation, each warrior bred from birth for combat. Their eyes immediately fixed on Marcus, sizing up the lone human with predatory interest. So, Thrakmer's voice rumbled through the translation matrix. The Calarians bring a pet mammal to protect them. How ... Quaint, Marcus didn't react to the provocation. He simply positioned himself slightly behind and to the right of Ambassador Zexto, hands clasped loosely behind his back. His posture was relaxed, almost casual, but there was something in his stillness that made the Vorlek warriors shift uncomfortably. The negotiations began poorly. Both sides had entrenched positions, and 17 cycles of warfare had bred deep mistrust. Accusations flew across the polished table like plasma bolts. The neutral mediator struggled to maintain order as voices rose and translator units sparked from overuse. Your mining operations violated sovereign Vorlek space. Ambassador Zexto's mandibles clicked in agitation. Those systems were unclaimed. When we arrived, General Thrakmer slammed a clawed fist on the table, causing several smaller delegates to flinch. 2 hours of heated debate accomplished nothing. If anything, positions had hardened further. The Vorlek general's patience was visibly wearing thin, and his warriors began making subtle adjustments to their stances, preparing for violence. Marcus noticed first. Of course he did. The human's head tilted almost imperceptibly, tracking the micro-movements of 20 trained killers as they shifted from ceremonial positions to combat readiness. His breathing remained steady, but something fundamental changed in his bearing. Ambassador, Marcus said quietly, not breaking eye contact with General Thrakmer, I think we should wrap this up. Thrakmer laughed, a sound like grinding metal. Yes, human. We should indeed wrap this up. Guards, secure the Calarian delegation. We'll finish this war the proper way. The Vorlek warriors moved with practiced precision, weapons materializing from hidden sheaths and holsters. 20 of the galaxy's finest soldiers against one, human and a group of diplomats. What happened next will be debated in military academies for generations. Marcus moved. Not the explosive, Dramatic leap of holovids, but something far more terrifying controlled. Inevitable motion. His first step brought him inside the reach of the nearest Vorlek warrior before the alien's weapon could clear its holster. A simple palm strike to the throat collapsed the creature's windpipe. The second warrior managed to draw his blade before Marcus's elbow found the nerve cluster at the base of his skull. He dropped like a stone dot by the time the third warrior realized what was happening. Marcus had acquired a weapon. The Vorlek plasma rifle looked almost comically large in human hands, but Marcus wielded it with casual familiarity. The remaining 17 warriors found themselves facing not a simple bodyguard, but something far more dangerous, a human who had decided that violence was now the optimal solution to the current problem. Marcus didn't waste motion or energy. Each step was calculated, each strike precisely applied. He moved through the Vorlek formation like water through a broken dam, redirecting their strength against them, using their superior size and aggression as weaknesses to exploit. A warrior, charged with a ceremonial war axe. Marcus sidestepped and guided the creature's momentum into a crystalline pillar. The Vorlak's own strength shattered his skull against the unyielding surface. Another tried to flank him. Marcus pivoted, caught the alien's wrist as he swung, and applied pressure to a joint that bent in ways evolution never intended. The snap was audible throughout the hall. General Thrakmer watched in growing horror as his elite guard warriors, who had conquered star systems, fell one by one to a single human who fought with the cold efficiency of a natural disaster dot in less than 3 minutes. 19 Vorlak warriors lay unconscious, or worse. Marcus stood over the last one, the alien's own weapon pressed against his throat, breathing barely elevated. "Now then," Marcus said conversationally, "I believe we were discussing peace terms." The silence in the hall was deafening. Even the neutral mediator stared in shocked amazement. General Thrakmer's scales had gone pale, a physiological response to terror that his species had thought bred out centuries ago. "You ... double quotes." Thrakmer's voice was barely a whisper. "What are you?" Marcus helped Ambassador Zextul to his feet, checking the Calarian for injuries with professional concern. "I'm a bodyguard, General. I keep my clients safe. Sometimes that means standing quietly in the corner. Sometimes it means ending wars in 3 minutes." He looked directly at the Vorlek general, and for the first time, Thrakmer saw something in those human eyes that made his warrior's instincts scream in primal fear. Not anger, not bloodlust, but simple, practical competence. This human would do whatever was necessary to complete his job, and the lives of warriors meant no more to him than obstacles to be removed. "The Calarian Republic has one human advisor," Marcus continued matter-of-factly. "Earth has approximately 8 billion more. We're not naturally aggressive, General, but we're very, very good at adapting to circumstances. The question you need to ask yourself is, do you really want to find out what we're capable of when we stop being polite?" General Thrakmer looked at his fallen warriors, then at the human who had defeated them without breaking a sweat. The mathematics of the situation were suddenly, terrifyingly clear. The Vorlek Empire ... His voice cracked slightly, agrees to the Calarian peace proposal. All terms, immediately. Ambassador Zextul blinked in amazement. All ... all of them? The territorial concessions? The war reparations? Everything, Thrakmer confirmed, unable to take his eyes off Marcus. "We withdraw from all disputed systems effective immediately." The neutral mediators scrambled to prepare the formal documents, their shocked whispers filling the hall. A 17-cycle war ended not by superior firepower or brilliant strategy, but by the simple demonstration that humanity possessed something the galaxy had never encountered: the perfect fusion of intelligent restraint and absolutely ruthless capability. As they waited for the peace treaty to be ratified, Marcus returned to his position behind the ambassador, hands clasped behind his back, looking for all the world like nothing had happened. "Mr. Chun," Ambassador Zextul whispered, "may I ask about your background?" Marcus smiled slightly. "Kindergarten teacher, actually, but I spent some time in the military before that. Turns out the skills transfer pretty well. The ambassador stared at him in bewilderment. Kindergarten teacher? 25 5-year-olds in one room ambassador. Teaches you patience, situational awareness, and how to end conflicts quickly when necessary. As the formal peace accords were signed, ending one of the bloodiest wars in galactic history, Marcus Chun stood quietly in the corner and wondered if his old students would believe that finger painting and conflict resolution had helped save civilizations. Probably not, he decided. But then again, humans had always been good at surprising people.